Hi everyone, my name is Cindy and welcome to my channel. It has been a while ago since I've uploaded my last video and also have done some of my channeling videos, and I really hope I can still pull it off to do any interviews. So today I am joined by Patrick Moulin, who has been on my channel before, and we spoke in the previous videos about sacred crystal sound, about sacred auto tuning and other topics. On his website, sacredcrystalsound.net, you will find our videos. In some of them, we deep dive a little bit more into the sacred crystal sound and talk about the different methods that that Patrick offers for animals and people. And
it's a good secret. Animals. Oh yes, there are also people.
Yeah, there are. I'm a little bit focused on the topic today because it feels like it is not really connected to animals or people like directly. So I'm a little bit trying to understand this method. So just for everyone who doesn't know Patrick yet, Patrick Moulin is the author of the Little Book of Oneness, which is available on Amazon. And besides being a writer, he also gives private consultations, which he calls Akashic readings. He gives these in private readings or private readings in person over the internet, but also giving these to open groups. He travels between Central America and Switzerland to give workshops, Dolores Cannon quantum healing hypnosis sessions, individual energy sessions, and since 2017, he also started to offer the sacred crystal sound methods to anyone, or not to anyone, but for the ones who are resonating with this method. So this time we are going to talk about a different kind of method of the sacred crystal sound. And can I say, Patrick, that it involves different forms of consciousness?
Well, it helps. It helps the client. It helps the practitioner to experience calmer or deeper states of awareness. And the sacred crystal sound method itself, yes, it has three words: sacred, crystal, and sound. Crystal is easy to explain. The practitioners use some crystals, and in the base course they learn how to find these crystals, which are really for them. Each practitioner has their own set. They are not the same as with the other practitioners, so it's very individualized. And the crystals, they get activated. They work with the practitioner, and they help to sustain an energy field that gets built during the session. And the word sound means or refers to the voice of the practitioner. Practitioner produces certain sounds. And again, these are highly individualized. Each practitioner gets their own set of sounds that are catered for the interaction between their own crystal and themselves. And they are unique sounds, and they are really fascinating. And these sounds are being, you could say, projected in the room onto the client, and that triggers something. The work is on different layers in the client, starting with the physical. The client feels more calm, more relaxed, may even start to snore. At the same time, what this method does, it works on the energetic field. It works on other layers of consciousness. And the third word is sacred. It means that the practitioner goes into a specific state of awareness to make the sound whole. Whole means sacred. And it's not just mechanically produced sound. You could say it's empowered by consciousness, by the consciousness of the practitioner. That's a much more complete sound, and it is empowered sound. And that does the trick. This is an ancient method I glimpsed it years ago, that it was practiced in many old times, Atlantean times of Atlantis, but it had its roots even from before. So that's in a nutshell, sacred crystal sound method that you can use for clients, one-on-one, or one practitioner could even treat several people at the same time. Could be for animals, which is interesting in its own right, to see how the animals react. But it could be also used for other things, to work energetically on structures like houses or apartments, or even certain energy points. Let's say you have megalithic sites that were placed on energy points. You can work, or you could say enliven these spots through this method. And so a host of different applications have come up with this. And the latest is, and that is what is the topic today, is it's called, what is it called? Star Connect. Star Connect. And Star Connect was shown to me some weeks ago. It took its time till I was shown the detailed method. And when the time was ready, all I needed to do is put the recorder on and the method got dictated. And but what I first saw is it's like you could say it's similar to remote viewing experience. It's a form of remote viewing experience. I was in space and could see planet Earth, like the blue ball. And I saw 3 groups performing at the same time, 3 groups of 7 sacred crystal sound practitioners. They performed at the same time, in sync, you could say. And I could see this energy forming and shooting out of the planet. And I was really fascinated. And now you can target this. You can target this to celestial body in the solar system. You could say target the sun, target the planets. But in the method that then came out, you target also 3 specific star systems with it, or star regions. And we can talk about into more details what this is all about, but just in a nutshell, it requires 3 groups of 7 practitioners. And some sacred crystal sound practitioner was so fascinated with this information that she tries now to get the second group together. There's already 1 group. They may want to do this, and she feels so linked up with certain star systems that she feels this. She wants to experience this and wants to organize the second group. Then another group may form after that. It is practiced twice a year, but it could be practiced more often. It's what I call star months in the summer in June, and it is star months in the winter, typically December. The practitioners in that month would gather 4 times in that month, once a week. And they would then perform together. And it's very interesting, in the first session, the first performance, they focus on the solar system. In the second week, they will focus on the Orion star region. The third week, on the Pleiades star region. And in the 4th week, are we already on 4th? Yes, 4th week, just a gap. So in the 4th week, they focus on the Sirius star system. Now one could ask, why on earth would this be the selection of star systems? It's these star regions that had also a history in the past of the human race,
Mm.
in the formation of the human race. So you could say these are also distant relatives, sort of. And some people have affinities to different star systems. Typically one of the three. Some may feel resonance with more Sirius, some others with the Pleiades, some others with Orion. And yes, there are still other star systems around, but for the purpose of this method, this was seen as enough to get it started. And this is in a nutshell what this method is about. It's to connect, but the connection is not just on the three-dimensional layer of physical stars and planets. It is going deeper, and it connects also with the consciousness, not just the consciousness of these celestial bodies, but the consciousness of star races that lived there or still do. They may live also on a higher dimensional plane, and it's a connect. Why is the connect needed? This method is helping the collective awareness of the human race. It serves as a preparation for the actual, you could say, connection, when connection with three-dimensional star races or higher dimensional ones really happen on this planet. This is not happening before a certain consciousness shift takes place on this planet. But we are in a timeline right now where seemingly the past is as if all the past, in the sense of past incarnations, past lives, even in this present life, all the past, it's like as if it rears up again and is suddenly in the present. It's like it's all folded into one, meaning we are given the chance to actually iron out still some things that were unresolved, to open up, to regain the memory that we are cosmic beings, and that we live in a cosmic neighborhood, and that we have extended families in that sense. And this was an experience that was lived in the past many thousands of years ago, where interaction with other races took freely place. And but it requires a certain state of awareness. Human race has to grow into that state of awareness again, of having the experience that they are truly cosmic. And this performance helps in this aspect to prepare the humans for this event, you could say. There are all of the methods that other people offer that may shoot in a similar direction, but this is coming through the work with the sacred crystal sound method that itself is very ancient from the times of Atlantis and before. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Yeah. So when people are interested in doing this course or want to do this method, what are the requirements and how is the course structured?
Yes, yeah, that's a good question. The requirements are such. They need to take first the base course, which means they learn their own tones, their own sounds. They have, or they get to find their own crystals, and they learn the sacred crystal sound-based method. With this, they can already treat people. So that's good. That's already practical, and it's a great thing. Based on this, there is this, you could say, this extra module, and it consists of 3 lessons only.
Okay.
It's the first lesson is the actual instruction. which means the practitioners gather all at once, let's say in a Zoom meeting, and then I will teach them the method in detail. And in the second lesson, they have practiced this already, and then we do some review. What was the experience? And then there is another lesson coming down further down the road, a few months later, to gather again the experiences, review, and maybe there's still some questions, some fine-tuning, etc. There's a lot that potentially can happen in these performances.
Mm-hmm.
And but in essence, this add-on module is a very small structure. It requires only 3 lessons. And after that, they are self-sufficient to do this. But if the group wants, one can always schedule at a later time some more review, because yes, it's a big bag that would open up. So the experiences of the practitioners themselves could be that they open up their memories of their own past, of where they were, what happened, etc. So
Oh, wow.
it could be that actual star connect happens, even that they pick up some answers.
Yeah.
Because they target, then maybe something comes back. So this is utterly fascinating, and one cannot know in advance what kind of experiences will come up. But part of the structure of the method is also that these 3 groups of 7, they may be in different cities, different regions. Doesn't necessarily have to be like one is here, the other is in Asia, and another one is still further away. It's not as practical when they are in so far apart time zones, because they have to work at the same time. And this could be in one group, it's in the middle of the day, the other's in the middle of the night. It's maybe not so practical. So let's say local regions. It could be for Europeans, it could be, let's say, somewhere in Europe, 3 groups. But it could also be even in the same country, 3 groups, doesn't matter. But it's 3 groups of 7. And they connect with each other and arrange at what time, when they do this. And then after the session ended, they call each other in the Zoom meeting and share the experiences. This is so fascinating. It's 21 people gathering and sharing their experiences. That has in its own right a dynamism that we don't know yet what comes of that. So this is very fascinating. This is service to mankind. It's service to mankind.
Sorry, this service to?
To mankind, to the human race. Also.
Yeah.
But the first ones that benefit from it are the practitioners, of course.
Yeah. So will those 7 practitioners need to be in the same room? Or can they be?
Yes. The 7 themselves have to be in the same place. Okay. They perform together. But the 3 groups, they are distributed somewhere. But like the group, one group itself has to be locally together, perform at the same time. So it's not an entirely remote method like this. No, they are physically together, they come together, and then they perform. That's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And then in parallel, these other 2 groups perform at the same time. And they feel this. They feel this connection. They feel this mutual support. And then after this, the performance is done, they will connect. Let's make it practical. In star months, in week 1, they target the solar system, certain planets, and they will learn which ones. And after they have done the performance targeting the planets, they connect with each other in Zoom and share their experiences. How was it to connect to the sun? How was it to connect to, let's say, Mercury or Venus, etc.? Each has its own flavor. Each is its own consciousness as a celestial body. Then they are, you could say, they are higher dimensional aspects of each. So this opens new things entirely that may not have been discussed anywhere. New insights, new experiences. And this is needed because these are accessing memory fields of themselves, but it relates, when they open up to it, then it is already sitting in the collective awareness. It acts like as if it's a morphogenetic field that learns from this. So, utterly fascinating. And then in week 2, if they target Orion, what is there to discover? Or the Pleiades, or the Sirius star system. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
So why the 3 locations? Why not say like 4 or 5 or 2?
Yes, good point. Why not just 2 groups? Or why not 20 groups?
Yeah.
It's the 3 is the minimum unit.
Okay.
But you could have 6, you could have 9, you could have 12. I was shown it could replicate in 3s.
Makes sense. Let me see. Will ETs notice anything?
They may very well.
How will they give like a message, or like is it the download that the practitioner receives, or did you receive like an example how that might go?
If we could ever assume the perspective of an ET, we are here. But let's reverse the roles. Let's say we are the ETs. Okay. And we have a far developed consciousness that we can pick up, that somebody in a stellar neighborhood is sending a consciousness wave. How would we react to this? Open-hearted, open. Assuming they have a heart, open-hearted. A wave can come back and swap over. But it could be more. It could be even information that, let's say in playful words, hi there, how is it going? That is a bit simplified, but there could be something coming back. Now, what is interesting is, what about the individual practitioner who is a cosmic soul, cosmic being, may have lived in this region where the group is targeting?
Yeah.
Maybe something more comes back to them. If you look at high dimensional realities, was that life that a person may have had in the past really in the past? Or is it lived in parallel from higher dimensional perspective? It gets convoluted quickly. As soon as you unfold or include higher dimensional realities. So they may pick up something.
Interesting, very interesting. Is there a specific reason? I'm not sure actually if you already covered it, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Is there a specific reason why this method came up or is important?
It's time to prepare the human race for Star Connect. It's a crazy time on many levels right now. Everything gets questions in the positive or in the negative. It's as if the universe wants to push the human race to evolve. But evolving means opening up also. to their own cosmic nature. And that includes more than just themselves as a, you could say, quarantined space of Earth. It includes much more. And it needs preparation, because otherwise, who knows? Maybe people feel overwhelmed with this.
Yeah.
So the time is now for this. And it takes its time to do this, to prepare gradually, little by little. So it's part of a larger, and you could say larger theme of the human race evolving. But that aspect needs to be also considered and taken care of. And for some reason, this was shown to me that this is the time now. And this is why I offer it. It was shown to me, okay, now is the time. Oof. This is you could say, it lifts the sacred crystal sound method to work on a collective layer for the human race, or for humankind. And before, it was targeting individual aspects, let's say clients, individual clients, or animals, or awakening at certain energy points in the regions, and other aspects. But it was, you could say, individualized. Now this is a new layer of performance, and it is quite another way of seeing, looking at sacred crystal sound. And it is also very interesting. This is a more involved thing in terms of the practitioners, how he has to prepare, or he or she has to prepare for it. Certain dress code is required. Very interesting, for each celestial body or star region, certain colors are used to assist with the resonance of the region. They have to wear specific crystals on themselves to assist the process. It's very specific. You wouldn't believe how they look. They have to wear something at a specific spot on the head and at the heart chakra layer. And then they perform. This is powerful. This is not, and this is a sacred work in a sense. It's committing. It's a responsibility in that sense. You could say, if you do this, you do it fully. Fully means during the performance, you're fully in it. Yeah. So this is beautiful. It's fantastic how, like I was shown how they were doing this in the past. How they were dressed and how they were performing. They created their own bliss in this. Yeah, it was a select group, yes. Let's call them knowledge keepers.
Okay.
And now is the time for practitioners to get into this role too, if they feel the soul calling.
Yeah.
If the soul calls for it, it's beautiful. So, and some sense this, when can I get started? Like
yeah,
this.
you know.
You just know.
Yeah.
Just know. So that it can be very emotional for the practitioner, these things. And I'm excited to offer it. I didn't personally, and I'm very open to this in this recording, I didn't expect this to come up. I didn't even think of this. And suddenly, poof, is the time. So it is the time.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I hope they are able, or the practitioners are able to find 3 groups, and then we maybe can share some feedback. and how the practitioners received the method and what it did to them.
Yes, this is the great thing. They themselves have feedback when they connect after the session. They allocate time and then they talk. It's best that would do it the same day.
Yeah.
Because it's fresh, the memory is fresh. So they should allocate some time and then just talk briefly. It doesn't need to be a 3-hour conference call or something. Everybody has their own time schedule, but they should connect and share and share. This is a dynamism that gets created when 21 focus on the same topic. 21 practitioners in this way. It's powerful.
Yeah.
And it also reconfirms when others share or have the same experience. It reconfirms your own experience, and it gets picked up by somebody else. And I had that too. I also had that experience, and then this. So it strengthens each practitioner, you could say.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating.
It's very nice. I think we went through all the questions that I had. Is there anything that you would like to add?
I address the ones who see this video. If you see this video, if you're still here seeing this video, feel it out. If you are the one that feels the call, you should answer it. It's soul calling. It is definitely part of why you have come here in this timeline, why you have incarnated in this timeline. It's part of the reason. If you feel this call, do it. This is a beautiful method, and it will definitely, for yourself, it will definitely, you could say, gives you the experience of reconnect. It opens up the memory fields in you. Now, how much we can digest, it's not all at once, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How much you can digest, like little by little, you get integrated into this experience deeper and deeper. So that you are cosmic and you have had cosmic life experiences elsewhere too. So that's a big plus. So anyone who wants this is the time. This is the time. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited. Looking forward to the feedback, and hope the sessions will go well. Hopefully, the very first one will be in this December, so we can
that will be very quick. Yes. Because
next year.
One should say this. It's possible from the time. It's possible. If somebody wants to learn this, they need to learn the base method first, the sacred crystal sound base method. And that method is, I can teach only one person at a time. It's a very individualized process, and they benefit even in this alone from it. But I can take several in a week. I can train several people in a week. And that means if I train a number of people, one should give it about 3 to 4 months for the training of these people. Let's say 3 months.
Yeah.
So if I would start in August, let's for the sake of the calculation, August, September, October, or even September, October, November, you could, right, it cuts close because they still need the star module, these 3 lessons. Yeah, maybe in January they could do it. That's the quickest step, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, why not? One has to get started now, and it's not that many people. It's not that many people.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much again, Patrick. thank you very much for your time and for sharing this method. And I'm curious
Pleasure.
how it is going to unfold and what kind of impact it has on the practitioners. Thank you very much for the ones who are listening in. Thank you for staying until the very end. And underneath the video, I will also paste Patrick's website. So you will find more information about Patrick himself, but also about the sacred crystal sound and the sacred auto tuning. So
One second.
yes.
Just to avoid potential misunderstanding, an existing practitioner only needs this 3-lesson module. People who have never done sacred crystal sound, want to learn the course, they need to have the base course, and then they do this star module. That will be the structure. It's not that the sacred crystal sound practitioner has to do again the base course. No, like this. I hope this was clear before. I just wanted to be sure.
For me, it was, yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much for listening in, and wish you all a very nice afternoon and evening. See you the next time.
All the best. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.